All right, we got somebody popping in, Grayson.
Nice. I just texted him.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I think
That's positive peer pressure, dude. Oh, look at
uh
Kona. Look at Kona's big head.
This actually isn't
yeah,
Kona.
I
This
mean
is the dog that we're dog sitting.
Oh my gosh, it looks kind of like Kona though.
Yes, she is quite needy, to say the least.
What's her name?
Murphy. Right, Murphy?
Murphy.
She does not like to be more than this far apart from me. Showering, going to
Aw,
the bathroom, no privacy
all times.
all the time. But she's a good dog.
Grayson, what's up, dude? You have mic on? Can you hear us at all? What's happening?
What's going on? I can hear you guys.
Right on. You don't have to turn a video on if you're uncomfortable doing that, but if you want to, you can. And I'm sure Nick will bust your balls one way or the other. So,
Yeah. I'm on my phone watching the Packer game in a dark room, so I'm
oh,
not sure.
lovely.
Yeah, so I think I'll keep it off
Cool.
for now.
Yeah, you're all good, man. You're all good. We'll give people another like
um
minute or two. Worst case, we'll record this, and this will then be just for you, Grayson, and then everybody else can kind of watch it later on.
Sounds good.
yeah, I texted everyone I could. I don't know. Maybe everyone's watching the Packer game,
It's all
even
good.
though
They
it's a
know they
terrible
know
game.
day one's tomorrow, so
Yeah.
day one, day one. Mia, where's Ben going?
He's going to Peak Horse.
Oh,
Yep. So he flew
Alabama's
out
the
this
worst.
morning and then we'll be there until I guess Friday. And then we're
Yeah.
going to Connecticut well, he's flying to Connecticut from there. I'll meet him in Connecticut from San Diego.
What are you guys doing up there?
We have Ben's grandma's 85th birthday party.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I'm taking the
That's
red eye. So I land Saturday morning and then we leave Sunday afternoon. So I'll be there for
damn.
36 hours.
Woof.
I tried to get out of
Where in Connecticut you gonna be?
New Haven, Connecticut, I believe. That's where we're
Okay.
going.
That's my home state.
Oh yeah? Where at?
Yeah, you should. I'm from a place called Weston. It's like 30 minutes from New Haven, but you should go to Sally's Pizza or Frank Pepe's, like,
Okay.
Did
or
they make
Colony Grill.
Barstool pizza reviews high? Did they
Yeah,
rate high on those?
they're probably like, I think people consider it like the pizza capital of the world, like those three spots
Damn.
You
alone
think
do it
more than New
for
York?
Connecticut. Yeah, if you look
Ooh.
up pizza capital of the world, I don't know for sure. I've never looked it up, but I'm gonna go ahead and say Connecticut's gonna win.
All
Yeah,
right.
but they do pretty well in Barstool's pizza reviews for the most part. The Prez gives them
Yeah,
high
uh,
rankings in like New Haven and Hartford
super
even had
good.
a couple good ones, I think.
Yeah,
You
it's
got the dirty water. It's all about the dirty water.
That's why it's good, dude.
Yeah. So the bagels are good up there.
wait, what is this dirty water joke?
I'm from New
Is that a
Jersey.
thing?
So we always say
Oh,
the dirty water is what makes us have really good pizza and bagels.
I see. I like it.
All right. Just to not push this along too late, Grayson, we're gonna have you out of here in like under 20 minutes probably. So we'll get this thing rolling. Just real fast. One of you guys, Mia or Nick, when I click share on my screen right here, can you just give me like a thumbs up that it's working? Okay, sweet. You guys probably see you guys too over here on the side, which is great. How do I do this? Let's see, wherever the slideshow button is. View maybe slideshow. Nice. Look at us. Okay, cool, you guys. So everybody, welcome to the Blue Chip family. Thank you to everybody, Mia, Nick, and then Grayson for popping on live. Everybody else, hopefully, will have the opportunity to watch this later on. I'll post the link in here too. But I wanted to be the first to welcome you guys to the Blue Chip family in the beta program. This is our second iteration of the beta program. Coach Mia did the first one earlier this year. I think it was in the spring, and I'm super stoked to have Nick in here ripping through the second one for us here. So really fast. I didn't know if Mia was going to be on the call today, so thanks for popping on, Mia, too. I'll introduce myself, Chelsea and Nala right there in the middle. You guys obviously know Nick, and he's going to be talking in a bit. And then Mia, if you want to just give a quick little introduction about yourself and kind of what you do after I kind of go through really quickly about Chelsea, and I appreciate doing that. So I'm Blaise. I'm a 29-year-old Coast Guard pilot that's stationed up in Sacramento, California. And we started Blue Chip Athletic Club a little over a year, and I'd say it's like 3 or 4 months ago, with the goal really to help former and current athletes look, move, and feel their best. This right here is Nala. She's the team mascot along with Kona down there in San Diego. And then Chelsea over here on the left is my wife, and she works in the business as well, kind of helping our like back end administrative work going through. And we're just kind of doing this thing together. We hired on Mia earlier this year, which has been an amazing decision. I'll let her kind of talk about who she is real quick. So Mia, hit it.
Yeah, so I'm Mia. I know Blaise. My husband is a Coast Guard pilot as well, so that's my connection to Blaise. And super fortunate for that connection because it got me included in the Blue Chip Athletic Club community, which has just been really great to be a part of. I live in San Diego. I moved to San Diego about a year ago with my husband. We got stationed out here. Since moving, I worked at San Diego State University in their strength and conditioning department, working with athletes over there. I've worked in group fitness gyms, I've done one-on-one training, and I'm currently training Navy SEALs. That's my full-time job, but super excited to get to know you guys. Last time we did beta, it was a whole lot of fun, so I hope you guys have the same kind of experience as I'm sure you will with Coach Nick.
Cool. Nick, you want to give a little quick bio, or you want to chat about it later?
I'll just do it now, real quick.
Cool.
Yep. Nick, as most of you know, I'm out here in Chicago, Illinois. Started training full time probably about 2 years ago, or probably a little over a year ago, but started training in general 2 years ago. But yeah, love playing sports. So that's kind of what brought me just into training and then working out just consistently. And what I really liked about Blue Chip is that former athlete emphasis, like trying to just continue to be athletic as you get older, is something I so want to do that for anyone and everyone. Yeah.
Cool. Dig it. Thank you guys. So just really quick, sorry in advance also if I kind of feel like shit. I'm feeling a little sick traveling over to New Jersey. I'm getting the travel bug, and I'm out here kind of on vacation with the lady visiting the in-laws. So just want to apologize in advance, but like I said, we're going to keep this pretty short. So really quick, what do we do? Nick and Mia kind of hit on it as well, but our goal really simply is to help former and current athletes look, move, and feel their best for life. And the reason I would say for me to kind of make a health shift really comes down to a quick story about my grandfather, Merle. So really short story here. Merle is he's my mom's father. He lives in Northern California, and he's been playing basketball for 50 years in the same gym with 20-year-old dudes. Now at this point, he's 85. He re-roofed his house on his own, shingles and all, carrying them up onto a home. He's just basically been able to functionally move through like space, play with kids, grandkids, and now great grandkids at this point. So at the end of the day, like I see him as a huge motivator for me personally in my health journey, to be able to look, move, and feel as best as I can so that I can continue to play like sports and be involved for as long as possible. So a little bit of like kind of the driving force behind us, and at least behind me personally. And I'm hoping that, as you guys kind of start to see, it's not just about the vanity piece of health. We like to kind of hit on more than just those things. And that's kind of what I'm going to get into here. We focus on 5, we'll call health pillars: training, nutrition, accountability, education, and community. And I'm going to show you guys how those things are going to be delivered to you guys in the beta program here. So what am I, aka you, getting into over the next 30 days? You're getting into 30 days of training, functional training, hybrid mobility, strength, and conditioning with Coach Nick. Although this is not a personalized program for you, that's kind of reserved for our one-on-one training clients that work with us. You're going to be working with Coach Nick from November 4th to December 4th. I know that we said we're going to go the 1st to the 1st, but it didn't really work out with like the days. We figured we'd start on a Monday to make it a little bit easier for you guys. So we're kind of shifted 3 days to the right. We're going to have 4 group support calls to discuss things we want to learn about. They're going to be Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, and 4 p.m. Pacific. I've only put that on because I am going to be all over the place during the month of November, so that way it helps me remember as well. But we're going to have these opportunities. So at any point, if you guys have questions about stuff that you're learning about, if you want to hear about a certain topic, we'll solicit for that information as well, so that you can kind of give us some guidance on what you'd like us to present and educate you guys on, because that's kind of what this program is about. Let us know and we'll put that stuff into the kind of that WhatsApp chat. It's going to be our primary means of communication. Third, nutrition. I'm going to go through a bunch of these like resources for you, but you'll get access to a personalized macro nutrition guide. And for those of you that don't know what it means, we're going to show you it in a bit. Recipe cards, crockpot meals, simple meal substitutions, other hacks for your health journey when it comes to nutrition. You guys are going to have access to our big group community call that's going to be on November 15th at 7:30. It's essentially right after we kick off or finish our call. It rolls right into this other one. We've been talking about potentially combining the beta call and the community call into one. So maybe hold on to that. We may end up shifting to where we just have our full community have access to that call as well. But we'll kind of put a pin in that and chat about that as a team. The weekly accountability check-ins with Coach Nick via Google form is going to be the 5th thing. We'll show you that here in a second as well. And then a community chat on WhatsApp. So I know that was a lot. Real quick, really, really simple. Nick has written a bomb training program for you guys. You're all going to get uploaded into our training app. It's called True Coach. And it's basically going to show you what your split is going to be like for the full week. Now, all these are, this is an example of what it'll look like. I think Nick has probably shifted a couple of things from when I pulled this screenshot. But essentially, all of these training sessions will be broken down exactly into what you're going to be doing. And then there's going to be demonstration videos along with that in the application as well. That makes it super easy to follow. So if you see the calendar, you see day 1. Day 1's going to be on Monday. You'll see like, hey, this is your day 1 split, day 2, and you'll be able to see through the full week. Next, group calls. This is where it's really, really helpful. If you guys have questions, let us know. We'll be able to kind of address those there in front of everybody, because there's most likely somebody else has the same question as you. And it's also a really great way for us to connect with one another, educate, and learn kind of as a team. Again, those are going to be Fridays at 6 p.m. Central. I know a lot of you guys are Central Time. And again, you're going to be invited to the big community call on the 15th. We'll send out all those links in the WhatsApp group chat. That way you guys have them. Nutrition resources is where I'm going to kind of flip over my screen here just for a hot second. So macro and portion guide. I know there's a couple people that answered our intake questionnaire a little bit differently. So I just want to kind of go through what this looks like. This guide is going to ask you like 10 or 15 questions, and we're going to send you guys a form so that we can send this out to you as well. Essentially, what it's going to do is it's going to break down determining your unique needs based on the way that you eat, your age, your weight, your height, your preferred eating styles, and the amount of meals that you eat in a day. And it's basically going to give you a goal for the amount of portions that you should be eating. So, for example, this is my client Michael's. Michael should be, based on his goals, eating 7 palm-sized portions of protein, 6 to 8 fist size of veggies, 6 carbohydrate cup handfuls, and then 7 thumb fats portion sizes. Now, essentially, it'll also break you down like, hey, this is going to be X amount of calories. So if you're somebody who's a food scale junkie or something like that, you could translate this over. But I really like the fact that this is simple. Like, most people have hands and they go with them everywhere they go. So this is a really simple way that you can kind of break down your food intake. And the form is also going to have a bunch of other stuff in here. Like, hey, if you're a vegetarian, like Michael said that he was going to be eating mostly, like, how are you going to be able to move through this program? Well, these are going to give you a couple meal guides. It's going to give you really simple tips on how to read a nutrition label, how to look at a plate and make that up. It can also show you a tracking sheet if you're into like checking the box for number of, proteins, carbs, and fats that you have in a week. You can print this out. The other thing that's really nice is that it's going to give you like a green, yellow, and red like thing that you could even bring to the grocery store. So like, hey, if you need to eat more protein, like let's get more egg whites and protein yogurt, eat some of these foods, eat less of these foods, just like a stoplight. And it does it for proteins, carbs, fats, and then eating the rainbow with veggies. And then it'll also give you kind of some realistic rates of fat loss as well as muscle gain in a week and in a month, which I think is really important to kind of keep your expectations real for the program. So this is going to get emailed out to you guys. Again, we've got other resources too that you'll get. We've got chocolate protein powder recipes that we're going to send out to you. You'll have access to these. We've got a back pain diagnosis guide that's going to essentially help you assess, hey, when you have back pain, where's it coming from, how you can help it. Easy meal substitutions where we take like, hey, instead of eating, Wonder Bread, maybe you have Dave's Killer and it's going to be a little bit better for you. And we kind of do that for a couple different things. We've got one of my favorites is our kind of recipe cards, very similar to HelloFresh. There's like 40 or so of these that you guys will have access to. My favorites are Crunchwrap Supremes. You got to try them. They're bomb. And then we've got Crockpot, like one meal dinners that are super easy as well. And we made all this stuff. So a ton of in the world of nutrition resources that we're going to be able to hit. Let me see if I can get this back. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys saw that we would have all those things for you kind of ready to rock. Next thing's going to be our weekly accountability check-in forms. Nick is going to be running these. He's going to be giving you feedback. It's optional for you to complete. Essentially, what that's going to look like is it's going to be this little Google Doc or Google form. Nick will see when you get a inserted like thing in there. You'll put your name, the date, your current week, the weight, what week of the program you're in, how your program execution was. And this is basically a good way for us to have a checkpoint, and also for you to track your progress photos. Now, the way this will end up looking is you'll end up getting your own client folder in our Google system. So where Nick, just the coaching staff, Nick, and then you guys have access to it so that you'll be able to kind of track your progress from a progress photo throughout the month. So this is also available to you guys and should be super simple for you to do. Let me see, get this back here. Let's see, community chat. Everybody's in the WhatsApp group, I think. And if you're not in it, definitely get into it. I'm going to email this out again, and I'll email out that community link as well one last time this week. But that's going to be where we pass most of our information because it's the year's 2024. We're not going to use some antiquated version of a group chat. So make sure you get in there. It's going to be really helpful for us. Use it to share wins, etc. And then the last thing I'll say before I kind of pass the mic to Nick is get 5% uncomfortable in the next month. If you're going to do something, be a little bit out of your norm, be a little bit uncomfortable in the stuff that you're doing, and then you're really going to be able to see your health take a really big shift over the next little bit. So without further ado, Nick, you're up, Buttercup. I'm going to mute myself, and then you're able to kind of kick it. And I'll click for you whenever you're ready.
Cool. Sounds good. I'm ready. Let's do it. So yeah, topic I wanted to hit on is how to train, and then specifically like the difference between training versus working out. And I wanted to hit on it because I find I'll talk for a second, then I'll have you click those videos, Blaise. But yeah, stay there. That's good. I feel like a lot of people are just friends, or I don't know, people I meet. A lot of times I'm asked like specific ways. They're like, oh, like how do you like grow your chest or your arms for guys, and then girls. Not any really girls ask me this because I think that would be kind of weird, but they're like how like you see like girls want to grow their glutes and stuff like that. And I think a lot of the time the issue is people go to the gym and maybe they're getting the workout in, but they're not like pushing themselves. Like I'll see friends of mine, like I'll work out with them and they just like do 12 reps and they finish and like it was easy. I'm like, hey, like that's never gonna like make a difference in muscle gain. So I think I want to emphasize that a lot because specifically in this program, I'm gonna want people to like finish a set and feel like they really had only 1 or 2 reps left. If they have a spotter, then they can really just go like to failure and actually fail on the set. But I find that that's a how you're gonna get like your best workout. Like you're gonna be sweating. It's gonna be uncomfortable, like Blaise mentioned, which is what we want. But at the same time, over time, you're just gonna make more muscle gain and then lose body fat as well. So, Blaise, you can go ahead and click those videos. They're pretty short. All right, there was supposed to be sound there. but that's fine. So, and then this, so the difference there is that in the first video, you kind of see it's a struggle. I'm finishing that last set, and then in the video, you can hear me. I'm like yelling, and I kind of want you to do that when you're working out. I don't want you to yell, especially in a public gym, but I want you to be uncomfortable. You should be making some like weird noises that you typically don't make, some grunts, maybe just like a little, I don't know, just strain yourself, especially towards the end of the set. And then, yeah, I mentioned it before, but we want to feel those muscles tensen up, or those muscles tensen up. And then, again, I think it's super important to make sure you feel like you really push yourself each set, and like you had minimal reps left. And working out, nothing wrong with it. I think it just should be almost be done separately, or maybe you can like do it as a finisher or as a warm up. It's like more of those cardio movements where you're trying to get your heart rate up. It's something that you can perform for like a long period of time. Nothing wrong with that. Really great to burn extra calories, but I think when it comes to like actually building muscle, making like some composition differences, you're gonna want to focus on training. We can go to the next slide. So with that training, there's usually a like note taking or results recording aspect, which I think is super important as well. True Coach is going to make this super easy for all of you. You'll be able to input your weights, and then we'll be able to make sure you're making progress. The way the workouts are going to work is that you'll do 2 workouts and then you'll repeat it the next week. So ideally, you'd be able to go up in each of your lifts. But I'm really only looking at those bigger lifts, so like those back movements, and I'll try to make a note, or like maybe I'll make a note on the program itself, which like exercises are really important to record those. But it just makes it a lot easier for you to be able to set goals, and I think that's super important too. Like maybe during the program or once you're done, you're gonna be like, hey, like I like this lift a lot, bench press or maybe front squat. And you're like, I want to get to 150 pounds for 6 reps. I think it's really great to do that. And that way you're chasing something, and it just makes more, or like training just a lot more engaging, motivation, or you have a lot more motivation to go to the gym when you have goals like that. And I listed a bunch of other stuff here, but overall, you can just kind of tell from what I've shared here, and then like anyone who takes training pretty seriously, that they'll record their results a lot. They kind of have an idea of like what kind of numbers they should be working with when they get to the gym, and then they're always just trying to improve. And the only way you'll know you're improving is if you kind of remember or write down what weights you were using the week or days before that. And go to the next slide. So this is another topic I kind of irks me sometimes, because I'll see people like just chilling in the gym for like 5 minutes, and all they're doing is like a lat pull down. And I'm like, this isn't, I have Brian Shaw there, who has been the world's strongest man in the world. No one's him that I've seen at the gym, and they're not like power training or power lifting. And that's the only time I feel like you should really be taking like over 2 minutes to rest. Um, Maybe closer to 2 minutes on those like final sets where you're getting close to failure. I'm fine with that. But the way all my workouts are designed, you're really never doing just one exercise at a time. Would be like a superset between two. And so that muscles like a 2 minute rest if you're going between like a bench press and then like a row. So I don't really think there is a situation where, at least for the most part, where you should be taking over 2 minutes, because we're also going to be staying in that like 6 to 12 rep range. And then on those last sets, I have a couple 5 reps or 6 reps you'll want to hit. For those, I'm fine taking a little extra time, maybe closer to 2 minutes, but I still feel like you should be fine within 2 minutes. And then I just want to hit on muscular endurance quick, because that's kind of, we'll have a component of that in the program where it's a day where it's more of like a chill day. You're just trying to get some extra calories burned, just trying to get some more movement there. You would want to kind of take even less rest, or just sustaining exercise for a long time. Yeah, and then the last thing I wanted to touch on about this is that what this is going to help you too, because I don't want these workouts to they really shouldn't take over an hour. 45 minutes is probably what they should take if you're kind of locked in and not really using your phone. And then also if you're just like not resting too long, I want you to be working hard. You should be sweating. You should be like getting your heart rate up a little bit, especially if you're not taking too much time and be in between sets. Yeah, we can go to the next slide. And yeah, I touched on this earlier, but I am going to want everyone to set goals over here. I kind of have my goals. I try to set them every time I think of something new or just at the end of the year, obviously, like a lot of people do. But as you can see, I haven't done shit on these goals, a lot of them, because they take a lot longer than I thought. I wanted to do a backflip this year, and between getting someone to teach me and just like get into a gym where I can actually practice that. It takes a lot of time. So I haven't gotten there. But what I like is that I'll look at these every month or every few months and just like make sure I'm like, hey, like I said I wanted to do this. Let me make sure I go ahead and I'm like making strides to do this. And we'll talk about this, I'm sure, throughout the program. But you want smart goals. It's like specific goals that are done in a timely manner and they're realistic and attainable, measurable. So I got the example here, and you can see that obviously. I want to be fit is a very general goal, but I think taking it to the next level is being like, I want to be able to incline press 50 pounds for 6 reps. So goals like that, I think are really important to make, especially as you're going through this. I think it's going to be really beneficial for everyone to kind of like have a certain exercise, maybe it's a few different ones, and then being like, oh, like I want to be able to do this for that many times. And then, yeah, kind of going into how to set them. Obviously, you want a timeline. You want it to be, and then you can also like always split that timeline into smaller pieces. So maybe it's like 3 months from now. Try to track your progress maybe like every 2 weeks on that, and then yeah, just make sure you're coming back to them and making sure that you're like staying on top of those goals. And that's kind of what we're here for too, just to make sure the things that you set out to do, we're helping you with that, but that you're also staying on track with that. And then the last thing on that is I think it's important to celebrate those successes. If you hit a PR or you're just feeling good in general, you went to the gym like 6 times, 5 times, whatever it may be, you celebrate that. Like do something you enjoy doing. If it's like, I don't know, getting some dessert or going out with friends or something. I think it's important that we positively reinforce ourselves so that it's not like always just like I'm in this grind mode. Like I think it's very important and helpful to congratulate yourself and enjoy those successes every now and then. And I think I got one more slide. Yeah, there we go. So Blaise touched on it earlier. I don't know. I feel like I go back and forth on David Goggins, but the point is, anytime you hear that man talk, it's going to inspire you to work hard, and that's kind of what I put his picture up there for. Um, I think people, especially nowadays, it seems like a lot of people are trying to find like a magic pill or just trying to find a shortcut in order to like reach physical or just mental goals or just like anything really. Everyone's trying to find like a little bit of a shortcut. But I think what we all agree on as coaches is that it's usually done with just some hard work, some discipline, and yeah, just staying on top of it. So I want to make sure that I'm leaving everyone with that message because sometimes it gets lost. So I think that's important to just keep in your head. And yeah, you got to be working hard to make some differences. And I think everyone signed up for this to make some differences. So let's remember that's only going to be done with some David Goggins level. No, not actually, but just some hard work. That's all. All right. I think that's all I got.
Cool. Grayson, do you have any questions, man? I know you're kind of the only one here right now, but I wanted to make sure that we hit any of those that you had, because somebody else may have one that's around too, if you're still with us.
Yeah, I'm still here. No questions specifically. I appreciate you guys going through all the information. And I just looked at my email so I can sign up for all the WhatsApp stuff.
Yeah, cool, man. That's where a lot of the main stuff is going to be posted. So
Okay.
hop on that, and then if you know any of the other clowns that are not in that chat as of now, that are some of Nick's buddies or your buddies too, definitely get them in there because that's where we're going to pass a ton of important info and kind of be able to share a lot of that kind of communal piece, which really helps people move forward. So
Sounds good. Appreciate it.
sweet. Mia, you have anything else you want to leave anybody with here too? Maybe a piece of advice from your time running a quick beta, and then we'll wrap up.
No, the one thing I'll say and kind of the feedback that I got in the last beta was you get out what you put in. So just making sure that like you're taking advantage of the program, you're communicating with the others that are going through the same exercises. You're letting Nick know about any challenges that come up or anything that you like or that you don't like. Just take full advantage of the program, put everything into it. It's 30 days. Just take advantage of it, and you'll see a ton of success. So I'm excited to see what you guys are able to do over 30 days.
Cool. Nick, you got any last words, man? I'm good.
No, I think I said everything I wanted to.
Sweet. All right, I'm gonna throw this up. I'll probably send it to everybody's email and then also in the WhatsApp chat for a link. But Grayson, thanks for your time and thank you guys for popping on and listening. Peace.
Peace.